Hello, welcome to Morning Mindfulness with Joe. My name is Joe Clarke. I'm a spiritual healer based in Oceanside, California. You can learn more about me and my services at my website, jdcspiritual.com. The method I'm going to teach today is called sit, soften, and breathe. You can find this and other helpful mindfulness methods in my book, Soul, Supportive Guidance for Healing and Awakening. And Soul is available for purchase at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and authorhouse.com. Now, before I get into the method today, I'd like to review 4 touchstones of successful practice. These are good principles to keep in mind when you're organizing and performing your mindfulness practice. So the first touchstone for success in a mindfulness practice is commitment, resolving to practice, choosing to actually do it. By showing up today, you've done exactly that. The second touchstone is consistency, practicing regularly. When it comes to a mindfulness practice, I invite you to look at it much like a fitness routine. If you think about jogging, swimming, lifting weights, you benefit far more from these activities the more consistently you do them. And a mindfulness practice is much the same way. The third touchstone of successful practice is flow, and this has to do with the difficulty level of your practice. What I invite you to do is don't make your practice too hard and don't make your practice too easy. If your practice is getting too hard, if you're straining or struggling to do it, ease up. Let yourself find a more sustainable pace. And likewise, if your practice is getting too easy, if you're getting distracted too much and you're only giving the practice a fraction of your attention, focus and use that focus to help bring your energy back into a groove. And the fourth touchstone of successful practice is friendship. Be good to yourself. And if you remember nothing else from what I say today, let it be this. Be good to yourself. Now, one way to succinctly summarize what I just said there with the touchstones is this great quote from the mindfulness teacher Chula Dasa. In his book, The Mind Illuminated, he wrote that when it comes to a mindfulness practice, success comes through repetition with a relaxed attitude rather than from effortful striving. And so if at any point in your practice you find yourself struggling or questioning, how hard should I be doing this? What should my approach be to this? This is a great line to come back to. Repetition with a relaxed attitude. Now, the last preliminary matter for today is going to be posture. I invite you to cultivate a healthy and comfortable posture. Here are 4 good posture goals to keep in mind. First, let your posture be aligned. Notice the position of your pelvis, your spine, your neck, and your head. And let those areas of your body come into what feels to you like a healthy and comfortable alignment. Second posture goal to keep in mind is balance. One way to cultivate balance is to gently tilt your body forwards, backwards, to the right, and to the left. And then let your body settle into a natural balance point between those extremes. A third good goal for posture is openness. If you find your posture is closed or shut in any way, I invite you to gently and softly let your posture open. And one visual you can have in mind is a blossom that's wadded, opening up gently into the light. And the fourth posture goal I invite you to keep in mind today is softness. Let your body relax. Release tension you're holding on to. Let your body become soft and steady. The method I'm teaching today is called sit, soften, and breathe. I invite you to see this method as a way to cultivate simplicity. Sometimes life just seems like too much. We can really feel overwhelmed physically, mentally, and emotionally. We can start to feel like everything's just too complicated, too unpredictable, too all over the place. When you find yourself in that kind of state, this is a great method to come back to help you cultivate simplicity so that then you can move forward in your life feeling more centered, more steady, more in touch with yourself, and more in line with your true priorities instead of what our minds get carried away with or caught up in. So, to do this practice today, this is simply what we're going to do. We are going to sit, we're going to soften, and we're going to breathe. What I invite you to do is remember some of the things I talked about in the preliminary part of the presentation today. So to begin, go ahead and cultivate that healthy, comfortable posture, aligned, balanced, open and soft. Remember what I talked about in the touchstones about flow, right? Not making it too hard on yourself, right? And also not making it too easy on yourself, right? Ease up if it's too hard, focus if it's too easy. Try to find that sustainable groove in the middle and be good to yourself. With those principles kind of floating around in the background of your mind, it'll help you approach this practice in a way that benefits you the most. The practice is as simple as it says. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set my time. We'll do this today for about, let's go for 15 minutes today. What I invite you to do is to sit, to soften, and to breathe. And I'll periodically speak up with some guidance to help bring you back to this focus. And sometimes I'll put some phrases and words out there just to kind of help you remember what the goal is of this practice and to keep you focused. All right, so go ahead and sit, soften, breathe. Let everything else happen on its own. Sit, soften, breathe. The mind may try to question or criticize or complicate the practice. Let it happen. Sit, soften, breathe. Sit, soften, breathe. You might become distracted or preoccupied with sensations in the body, discomfort, pain, tingling, unusual or strange sensations. They are what they are. Sit, soften, breathe. Good. 5 minutes in. Nice job. Continue to soften. Continue to breathe. Continue to sit. Emotions may arise, sometimes intensely. Fear, curiosity, boredom. You may begin to feel restless or agitated. Sit, soften, breathe. Repetition with a relaxed attitude. Breathe, sit, and soften. Simplicity. Nice job. Be good to yourself. Meditate in the spirit of friendship. All right. Got about 3.5 minutes to go. Keep up the great work and sit, soften, breathe. Let everything else happen. Let it occur on its own. Sit, soften, breathe. Embrace the simplicity of the practice. Soften, sit, breathe. Good. Final minute. Sit, soften, breathe. Nicely done. That was 15 minutes. I invite you to be proud of yourself. Feel free to pat yourself on the back or give yourself a squeeze if that feels right. You've done yourself a great service by engaging in this practice today. And by extension, everyone you interact with will benefit as well. You've cultivated your inner Zen master. I wish you good luck and good fortune, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day.